Hi, this is Darlene Dara from Right at Home Realty, and it's been a while since we actually filmed a podcast. So for today, for the Real Estate Update podcast, we're going to talk about something that is increasing really dramatically over the last few years, and that is multi-generational households, really homes where two or more adult generations are living together. They could include adult children with their parents, it could include grandparents and grandchildren. There's a variety of configurations of this type of household. We are seeing it increase, and really for a variety of reasons. One of the most obvious is the cost of housing. It has increased substantially, where a lot of family members cannot afford to buy in. So really other family members are deciding to join forces in order to get people into the real estate market. We're seeing that quite common with parents and their adult children. As well as health needs. It could also be as the population ages that people are really looking at the cost of long-term care, as well as the fact that they want to live and be able to care for their loved ones in the same household, often with separate areas that they live with privacy, but they really still want them under the same roof as well. So again, there is, those factors, as well as a growing immigrant population, where really multicultural households are really common. So again, we're seeing really the face of our real estate change, really as the demographics of Canada change as well. Now, within Oakville and Burlington, we're really seeing really the same thing happening, as well as in Toronto and the surrounding areas as well. Often I have clients who will live in one community and leave and move somewhere else, really to be able to accommodate really the multi-generational family, often buying a little bit bigger as well. So it really can move the family around quite a bit. There's some fantastic pros to doing it. You just have to really be prepared. So before you start looking, I often will say to my clients that they really do need to put a list together of the type of housing that they're looking for and their requirements. I tell buyers that anyways, but it's so important when you really have let's just say almost two families really merging, and often what one area, one group thinks is important, the other may not. As well as it also helps you clarify in your own mind what you need, really what are must-haves and what are really nice to have. So again, and we can take that sort of shopping list with us when we're looking at properties. You may see properties that are perfect right out of the gate, or you may see the potential properties with some renovation that can really address the housing needs for really the variety of groups that are going to be living in it. So it's really very important. Another thing that I often recommend is to really have what we call almost like a house prenup drawn up. That will define really who's going to pay what, both in purchasing the property initially, as well as ongoing expenses, as well as sort of an understanding of the roles and responsibilities of people in the household. Now again, if some of the family members are seniors and there's mobility issues and health issues, they may not be contributing in the same way. But often when I'm seeing families where parents are really downsizing and buying with their adult children, that may be more required as well. So again, just to solidify those needs and also the responsibilities, it's just a very good idea. So once you start to wrap your head around you want to do this, then it's really selecting the appropriate really real estate professional that can help you. That's where I come in. With a real estate senior specialist designation, I work with both seniors and their families, really helping that group of people, but also help when families are trying to merge into one property as well. So it's extremely important because you also have different personalities, wants and needs, and how people react to things as differently. So it often can be a bit of a juggling act. So it's very important to have really somebody who is very aware on how to deal with really this kind of purchase. If you are actually considering this because the aging parents or grandparents are involved, you may want to look at mobility issues as well as their reduced socialization as well. So again, it may be that you're looking at specific types of housing or making changes to a house or a property that you would purchase in order to accommodate. And one of the things I often will say is if you're going to be doing that, you may want to be considering some privacy, some soundproofing as well, because again, you want to be able to live under one roof happily as well. You need to look at zoning if you are making some changes. changes, that in fact that you can make those changes to the property, as well as sometimes it involves even cars and parking as well. So again, you need to be looking at that. Often we get tax people involved if there's any tax implications as well. Now, often we can see that in some cases it would be, say, a family who has decided to sell the family home and then to buy a property that others can move into, like, say, grandparents or adult children. And one of the things I do recommend is when you're merging families is to start to declutter and get rid of stuff. I cannot stress this enough. I tell actually buyers anyways to be doing that. We're all guilty of having way too much stuff and lugging it from house to house, but really when you're starting to merge properties, it's extremely important as well. The other thing is to create, for the long haul, is to create a plan, sort of a 2-year, 5-year, 10-year plan, and also an exit strategy in case some of the members want to actually, not continue with this arrangement going forward. So again, like any arrangement, especially with the kind of emotions and money involved, you want to make sure that everything is covered. So again, that's really a great idea, so that you have some idea, because some of the family members may include, suddenly having children where the housing may not be appropriate, or they get relocated. I mean, there's a lot. Let's face it, life is very unpredictable. So you want to make sure that you have as much written down and understood by the parties involved, as well, with some flexibility as well. So you have to understand that you're having, many personalities under one roof. You want to, take that into account. But there are some fantastic benefits to really considering this. On the financial, it's often you can get better housing. You can get people into the market that would not normally be able to afford the market. On the social and, family basis, if it is the aging parents or grandparents, you're cutting costs of senior housing, but also you're making sure that they're okay, they're part of your family unit, as well as the fact if you have children or grandchildren involved, having family under one roof and being able to participate as well is just such a wonderful opportunity really to contribute to really the upbringing of your family as well. So it's really an exciting time. A lot of people are looking in a lot of other communities even further out from where, because again, a lot of people are telemarketing and telecommuting, as well as GO trains, and really the places that people can live now have expanded so much. So it really does allow an opportunity to be considering the multi-generational housing as well. So if I can help, email me at darlenedarraghomes@gmail.com. You can call my cell at 905-484-4653 or text me as well, and we can get started on a plan and a discussion on really, if you're considering this kind of arrangement, what and where you need to be looking as well. So take care, enjoy your day, and I will record another podcast soon, and hopefully you'll be able to enjoy it. So take care, enjoy the sunshine.